you ask questions. You put up a hand, announce your name, you pass the mic around if you wish, ask the question, and there are 5 really top-class people. So don't lose this opportunity. Okay?
I have a few questions on GST. So my name is Viraj. I represent a company called Gram Gati. We are into rural distribution. So one big challenge for us is currently we are distributing these products across more than 9-10 states across India. The biggest challenge is interstate movement of goods, where there is a road permit, then there are these cascading taxes, CST, VAT, everywhere. So now with GST, will this simplify? Because then again, like you mentioned, there is a GST and an SGST. So with SGST, would the road permits or some form of road permits, will they still be there? Or how is it simplified? Because there were varying reports that I read through.
When you are an origin-based system, the authority, the administration or the jurisdiction from where the goods start their journey into another state collects the tax and retains the tax, right? In such instances in past, we used to have entry passes, etc. Required by the states to make sure that goods are actually going from one jurisdiction to another. Now in GST, what is happening? We are moving from origin-based taxation to destination-based taxation. Destination-based taxation means I pay tax in this state, it goes through the IGST network, the GST network, and the credit has to be given by the receiving state. So receiving state, to ensure that the goods have been received there, for them to grant the credit, because that credit that they grant will be offset by me to pay the local taxes there. For example, I may be paying SGST out of my credit of IGST. So to ensure that actually the goods have come on which I am actually going to take the credit and pay the credit, there is some form of ensuring that goods have actually traveled across the borders will be there. But all these entry passes and forms, etc., even today are getting outdated. In many cases, in Karnataka, for example, you may have heard of e-Sugam. So it's not something that has to be somebody has to write a pass and show at the check naka. Many of these checkposts are being abandoned and dismantled. But electronic ensuring that goods have gone from one jurisdiction to another, and there are many methods you can do it. You can have scanners on the highways which have where the interstate roads are leading to, and Maharashtra has, for example, 26 border checkposts, and they don't stop there at those border checkposts because Maharashtra doesn't have entry taxes on all the goods. They have the scanners and they have this electronic system of passes, which currently, because of GST is coming, is currently optional, but in future would become mandatory. So what I'm in short saying is that any evidencing of a movement of goods across the state would still remain. It may become easier by not having physical stoppages or physical forms. It would naturally be converted into some digitized form of ensuring or evidencing, cross-border movement. Maharashtra also doesn't require road permit. There are many states which don't require road permit. There are some states which require road permit. So actually, the system of road permits has come out of either the sense of being deprived of revenue, because most of the states which have road permit are consumption states. If you look at today's scenario, UP has a road permit, West Bengal has a road permit. These are all consuming states.
Angel investor has no carve-out at the moment, and that's what causing a lot of problem, because we see there has been a carve-out, some other categories have been carved out.
Many people don't understand what carve-out means.
That means some of the provisions which we just discussed are not applicable to the so-called eligible investors. So if they play with the, I would not say like this word play because it's a different connotation. But basically, when we talked about this certain tax, if you pay premium to a company's issuance of shares, right? Now, if it is in excess of fair market value otherwise, that would not be deemed to be the income of the recipient company. Okay. If the investment comes from the venture capital fund or otherwise. But if it is from an angel investor, there is no carve out. So carve out is nothing else but exception to the rule which I just mentioned. So that is the thing.
So your answer, will the answer to his question be that if you receive some funding at whatever value, the entire amount will not be taxable? But what they are saying is that if, for instance, by doing future cash flows and trying to figure out what the value is, the fair market value is 80 rupees per share. And you, the way you negotiated your smart, you got 105 rupees. So they say that, oh, this 25 extra you got, that's income, you shouldn't have got it, it's really a profit. On 25 they give you a tax. But there again, if the funder was a venture capital who was not based in India, they cannot charge tax. I'll ask the experts to clarify.
Also, one fact, just to talk about eligible, the eligible startups, right? The what do you call it? Startups, right? No, I just saw statistics how this has come about. In the last 12 months since the Startup India initiative was announced, 522 out of 1425 companies that sought certification under it have been approved. According to research, more than 2/3 of the companies that applied for the scheme have been rejected by the nodal body. Okay? And the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, according to industrial data, the bulk of rejections were because companies couldn't secure certification. And therefore, very few people have, really got into the whole thing. And even the conditions that are laid out for the eligibility, have also been pretty steep. And most people are not able to for example, you must have differentiated product. No, how do you interpret that? So most of the applications are getting, so people are not encouraged to file the application. That's why you say, when question was asked, how many of you have applied? Most of them not. You must be funded by venture capital fund or incubator, which again should have been approved and all those kind of things. So that is one of the issues, just for information.
So again, I follow up. So my question again comes back to, as you said, interpretation, right? So interpretation first of, say for example, if I do it, right? So I've just launched a product, right? I cannot even understand how the revenues will flow. I might do it, and then again the entire explanation changes, right? Also the exit of the angel investor. So the idea is that the most difficult part is the pre-series or maybe the seed funding, where most of the VCs don't want to come in, and angels are the best bet to go to. So one is that again, how will that entire thing be? For example, if I have a product which is completely a SaaS-based product, there is no cash flow which I can see immediately, right? So how do I determine FMV, right? And how is this taxed? And at the second stage again, how does the exit work?
No, that exactly is the point we have made to the government. That when angels come in, you give a cover to them. And because it is causing a lot of complications. And you rightly say that, cash flow, for example, how do you look into that? And somebody might say, okay, you have this cash flow, but now after 5 years, cash flow is very different. Then would they go back and say this was not correctly done? Now I believe they are also going to hold up accountants for misvaluing and miscalculation. So but when there is something based on an idea and you may draw what you call conservative cash flow. Okay, and therefore valuation will be X. And somebody may be too bullish and he may do it other way. But more likely than not, the cash flow projections will be made conservative by the people who are funding. So they will ask you to go back to drawing back. So that's why this ecosystem is getting killed because of this small thing.
So in time we are presenting to the government and we are hopeful that sometime there is some sense of prevail. But Jitendra, you set up a company, you must have got funded and then you sold. What are the tax implications? All these crazy things happened?
No, I think we paid tax but the tax laws.
But all this valuation, excess valuation, you paid money?
So far it hasn't hit us because it's just very recent. So I'm hoping it doesn't hit us. But I think fortunately we had lawyers and accountants backing all the work. So I'm hoping it's a foolproof work.
In fact, one interesting thing is that I would not talk about him, but this is encouraging people to set up entities outside India. Because 90% of problems are solved, because it's a foreign company and stuff like that. So it is actually encourage people to go outside, and then can make a little more comment on that. But, but how can a startup undertake the expense of structuring something overseas or otherwise? That is what is bothering. So I think we have to work on that.
So Anand, are you taking up any case, but don't tell us the name of the company, where such frivolous things have been charged?
Well, no, we don't do much tax work, but if I may put it a little differently to you, and I think that would be the logic from what I've understood of the entire discussion. If you get more than you are worth, you won't tax that, bottom line. And I think problem now, as was said, sometimes the guy was given you more than what your share is worth. But I think if you actually look at it, I'm sure you can talk to an accountant who help you structure it. There are many ways to come up, you can increase your base capital. So your face value is really questioned. So if you take a premium, the problem starts why you're getting a premium. If you get a huge difference between the base price and the amount you're getting. So it's a question of structuring also. So I don't think it's as bleak as being made out that every case, they'll have a tax officer running to you and saying pay tax. I don't believe that. That's typically the way lawyers and accountants talk because that's what you're paid to do. But if you look at it from a practical point of view, what is the tax officer looking at? And often that's a good answer, good way to look at it.
Well, my son's company got a notice. Okay, so as a consultant, management consultant, I said, let's do one thing. Let's assume they are not crooked. Let's educate. So you have a 10-page explanation on how fair market value works. Give links to Damodaran, the god of valuation, New York based. So some of his quotes, etc. And she was surprised, after my son's surprised, and then explained everything out there. He said, oh, I like this. And anytime you're passing this way, drop in for a cup of coffee. We're not looking for any money from you.
I've just started a company. I've not yet formed a company, I would say. We just finished working on a product. So obviously we would be intending to raise and fund very soon. But here, what I see from your talk that even if I have just started a company with say my founders and then I immediately apply for seed funding, I may be taxed on it. So is it that we kind of don't intend to form a company? We directly form a company with the seed funder, whoever is going to fund it. Is that the right way? Or we currently just form a company and then we just sell its product to a new entity which is formed again with an angel investor. So is this a way out to current problems?
I mean, there's some thoughts, if not opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think it is legal opinions, different value.
For that you would have
But,
paid.
no, right, I'm saying, after looking at all that, it's just a discussion process. What I find is there are two types of entities which I think were very well described by friends at Deloitte. That one is an incorporated company, private limited. Second is an LLP. Now, on the face of it, what you see, there's 25% tax, on the private limited company. But if you see, once it makes profit, and if it distributes profit, there's 20% tax, what is called dividend distribution tax. That tax is paid by the company. It is additional corporate tax. So if you have 100 rupees income, 25 rupees you pay as tax, now you're left with 75. If you distribute this as your dividend, then on that there will be 20% tax. Okay. Normally there is no tax in the hands of shareholder, but now since last year and again this year, they say that if the distribution is made and the person is resident India and otherwise, then there will be further tax on that distributed dividend. So effectively what happens, about 33% combined effect comes on. And so total tax, effective tax rate that company will bear and the shareholder will be about 48%. On the other hand, LLP has 33% tax. So on the annual basis, LLP will pay a little higher tax, but company will pay lower tax. But if you distribute profit or dividend or whatever, then the tax rate will be going to highest level. Now, why I'm talking about this is that some of these provisions may not apply. I'm not just to LLP. Okay, am I right? This will not apply to an LLP. So when you start a company, it might be better for you to look at an LLP structure if you're bootstrapping with very few shareholders around, and therefore you can do a little more. Later on, you are able to convert this subject to certain conditions into a private limited company. When you get VC or otherwise, they will insist on becoming again, some VCs may still allow to have it in LLP, it doesn't matter. As and when later on you go to even MAT doesn't apply to LLP. Several other provisions. The most important advantage of LLP is that corporate compliance is extremely low. Whereas today, Companies Act has become messy. And again, in 10 years' time, we'll have to change probably because, so in one day they issue 100 amendments to the law, not just notification, So what is happening is that LLP is the easier structure to start with. Of course, there are pluses and minuses by and large. And if there is no income in the beginning, there is no question of tax anyway. But in other cases, what happens is that there are these kind of issues which we are already discussing. So this is one possible way is to have an LLP where you need minimum 2 shareholders, and then you can convert subject to meeting certain criteria into a private limited company when you get a little more organized. Again, this is one of the simpler way to start.
So what you're saying is for starting income, from the income direct tax point of view, there are some advantages, a better way to
and also corporate law perspective.
and from the corporate law. And from Section 56 also, you're exempt if you're LLP?
Section
That's also part of the
56
question.
may also be, but there are certain situations where it will not, because I'll have to check on that. I don't remember exactly the section.
What is your view?
May I have any idea?
Sunil?
Section 56, the provisions that you come in as a partner in LLP, it should not apply in my view. It's only for private companies. So that is another advantage.
Fantastic. All your problems solved if you do.
So, yeah, we are trying to find simple solution. Lawyers usually don't do that. But we are trying to help our startups.
Great.
Hi, my name is Apurva. I recently joined a family office of angel and seed investment. So my question is, we are investing in startups in India, but we're also looking at investing outside of India. So now, with GST coming in, is that going to change, and how will that change, especially for an angel investor, both in India and outside of India?
GST is on goods and services, right? It's not on stock, for example. There is no GST on stock. If you are the Indian investor, you are providing any services to the investee company, then to the extent of the services that you provide, there will be a tax.
Like mentorship?
Mentorship would be a service if you get a consideration for that. If you do not get a consideration, at least in this law, a draft model is available for us. There is no notional value of a service. In this, only in related parties case there is a challenge to the declared value. But there is no notional value. If you do not get a consideration for mentorship, and if you are incubating, there is not going to be any GST at all. But if there is a consideration in whatever form, and that consideration may be in the form of cash or otherwise, then there could be a challenge, and that valuation of that service could be a challenge.
There's a question here, and then there, and then we will come to this side.
Very quickly, on a macro level, only one point I just on a macro level, if you can afford, it is better to start a company outside India. Okay, I'm trying to be practical, not for any other reason, because number of, including equalization levy, which we did not discuss, that issue, and if the business is global, becomes more sense. Corporate law again is easier abroad. So only thing is the cost of structuring gets pretty expensive, but barring that to start with, and only one issue that you have to bear in mind, there is new thing that is going to come up at a particular place of effective management. So if you structure your whole company in a manner that you are not impacted by poem. Poem is not that beautiful as in poetry. This is a place of effective management, which makes a foreign company a tax resident of India. Then you can have a problem. But when foreign investors are going to be coming with you, foreign venture capitalists or other angel investors, so if you structure it with a proper board of directors or others, then on a broader basis, today it makes more sense to incorporate outside than in India. That is what has happened in last several years, and perhaps some of us here will have some. I think Jitendra might be.
Anything you want Jitendra to add? Something
Yeah, we were actually incorporated in Singapore because back then, I mean, now the laws have changed just this year, but at least back then, Singapore sort of had a capital gains almost zero if you are holding shares more than 2 years. So it was sort of very, even for unlisted, and it was like very, very beneficial, no scrutiny, nothing. The compliance was, I could sit in India and do it. So, of course, the cost of compliance in terms of, like in India, the cost of compliance, I would say, is very, very low when it comes to money. I'm not talking about the hassle. But in Singapore, it was like more than $5,000 to $10,000. So that is a real hit. Otherwise, I think it was much better.
Anand, do you have a view on which is the best place to incorporate if it's outside India? Or one of the good places to incorporate?
I think it also depends what your business is. I don't think you can generalize because some businesses which are going to be based completely in India, maybe Singapore is a good place. If it's going to be a US-based thing, Netherlands could be good. It all depends. So I don't think general answers, but it's worth exploring. Again, it depends on your scale. When you're starting out, it's not easy to go around spending this kind of money and to keep controlling. You'll have experts overseas, advisors overseas. So I think it's a question of, it's not one shoe fits all.
So do you guys know what Google tax is and do you want to know?
Rich families have no problem.
Do you know what Google tax is? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Who wants the answer?
So I can answer from an indirect tax perspective. You have heard of service tax as well knows. If a service is provided in India, you are liable to tax. If the service is provided outside India, there is no jurisdiction that extends. So what used to happen? Let's take an example of any example of a online services company like Shadi.com or like Maitri or whatever. I'm not generalizing. I'm just taking the names for the sake of example. They provide a service electronically to an individual in India. You get charged to service tax. The same service you take from outside of India, you don't get charged to service tax. And this situation existed for several years. And only on the 1st of December, the government brought in, made changes in the service tax law in such a manner that electronically supplied services to a consumer, and this is not a B2B tax, electronically supplied services to a consumer are liable to be taxed in the hands of the person who is the service provider who is situated outside India. And they have made them liable to make the payment of tax here. Actually, I have been always wondering how they are going to control the administration of such a tax. But this is flowing from the OECD recommendations that does B2C services be taxed. And OECD has recommended that necessary provisions be incorporated by the and necessary administrative setup be set up by the countries who are going to tax the business to consumer services. Having said that, according to me, and I think I will ask Nishith to talk about that, whether these services should be taxed at all, because we are actually discouraging the flow of goods and services by taxing in this manner.
Let me give it. It will take about 3 minutes if you're looking at the watch,
Yeah.
but if I may take
Yeah.
about 3 to 4 minutes. Because this is some history and see, fundamentally, why it is called Google tax? Right? Because companies like Google and some other ones, it started off with income tax. Under income tax and in principles of international tax, what happens is that when you have a foreign company and if it has a business in other country, it is taxed on that business income only if it is a permanent establishment. That permanent establishment is a technical word to indicate you've got something like a branch or. So if you have a branch, then the profits attributable to a branch are taxable in India. So under most of the tax treaties that India has signed, the principle is laid down that if you are a foreign company from a treaty jurisdiction, but you have no permanent establishment, no branch or place of management or that kind of stuff, then business income will not be taxed in the other country. The reason again for this is that many a times what happens is that, for example, the ship is going from one country to other and it touches so many ports. Everyone will say that you have touched our port, therefore income belongs, whatever income you earn, some portion belongs to us, so you can't do all that. So they say unless you have a permanent presence in the other country. Now based on that, if a Google is collecting revenue from India, it does not have a branch or an office of its own. So under that principle, Google cannot be taxed. So under Income Tax Act, they are not able to tax Google. Okay. So number two, so they said, okay, we'll bring out a new kind of tax, and if they put a GST, okay, or say service tax, then they will have to give you offset. Okay. So tax department did not want to give credit for income tax, nor it wanted to give credit for GST. Okay. So they created some new animal called equalization levy. So what they provided in this levy was that when any company in India pays money for online advertising, there will be an equalization levy of 6% on, say, Google. Okay. But foreign company says this is a tax, this is not income tax, I can't get credit in my home country. Okay. So if you want to pay me advertising, I'm going to charge on you. So far Google has fortunately taken a view that till such that the clarity comes, we do not want to load the Indian side, But technically, everybody is not going to do that. Some people have taken view, will not charge, some people will say will charge. So the load goes on, they say, okay, if you want to pay advertising, add 6%. Okay, so that is gone. Now, the person who is paying, he is not able to get credit for the service tax, nor for GST, nor for income tax. Now, what is the consequence of the whole thing? Now, the 6%, they have indicated it can go to 8%. In addition to online advertising, the other services, as cloud and other, will also be subjected. So, effectively, it can go up to 8% theoretically, okay, in a year or so, whatever it is. On the other hand, this is an addition to the GST. Now, GST, you will perhaps confirm that potential levy could go as high as 28%, theoretically. Correct? So, what would happen is that 28% plus 8%, 36% could be potential levy on, say, online advertising. What is the consequence, or what is the problem here? Most of the startups pay about 40 of their budget. About 40% of the budget is spent on online advertising. Forget about cloud and other things. So it may be 50-60 also. So when you make this payment, you may be subjected to almost 36% effective. And then, so you can see the budget, whatever investment is made by investor, goes to pay the taxes of this type rather than doing a business. And that is where the problem has arisen. So this is where we made a lot of noise.
So if we incorporate a company outside India, we don't have to pay Google tax?
Big pardon?
If we incorporate a company outside India, you said.
No, look at it. If it is a company properly structured abroad, so I will use that word for the time being, So if it is structured abroad, now then it is a foreign company making payments for online advertising. It's a global business, right? Then equalization levy will not apply.
Not apply. Okay.
So now we are increasing the cost so much that people will think $5,000 for incorporation after structuring takes another $30,000-$40,000, whatever it is, I don't know, depending on the lawyer you go to. But the thing is that all this cost becomes more effective, beneficial if you are incorporating outside India. And foreign people, when they invest, they say, my money is going to pay taxes in India before even I paid a single penny. All these artificial taxes, all those. Anyway, this is what, so general opinion comes out that, it is better to incorporate outside India, but it is certain, effort involved and all those kind of things. So, but at the same time, if you want to start in India, you might want to consider to start with the LLP and look at how the consequences unfold.
Actually, we have just incorporated a company in November of 2016. Okay, where I did a lot of time of research. It seems that a conversion from LLP to private limited company is not possible. There is no process in the MCA for that right now. So, I just wanted to know that did I make a mistake?
There is a process. It's the other way around. So what happens is when you convert LLP, it is similar to having a partnership. So partnership can be converted into a private limited company provided the same shareholders continue to hold the shares, and there are some conditions subject to some conditions. You can convert the LLP into a private limited company. When you convert private limited company into an LLP, then you have to take into account there will be capital gains tax, 20% will be the gain. So reverse is slightly problematic if you want to convert. So there is the whole process to that, how do you transfer the assets and all that. But you can still, the principle under tax law is that if you convert a partnership into a private limited company, right, then there will be no tax provided certain conditions are met. So we can discuss that.
Great. So would you like to thank our 6 speakers who done a fantastic job? Thank you.